Hi, I'm Richard Franklin. In the next few minutes, I want to give you a sense of our vision for wealth and inheritance planning. In the 1400s, Florence had become one of the wealthiest cities in Europe. Through banking and trading, they had accumulated substantial wealth and were in search of opportunities of what to do with that excess wealth. So urban leaders decided in making Florence the most beautiful city in all of Christendom. They built awesome churches, impressive bridges, and splendid palaces. They commissioned great frescoes and paintings and majestic statues. So this is our proposal for families who come to us for help or advice. Wealth is the foundation that took one or more generations to build. Use that wealth to help children flourish. Our vision for families is to use wealth for playing at the dome level, for families to flourish. Now, what do we mean by that? First, let's get an image of that. Imagine one of the greatest cathedrals of Europe, the Santa Maria del Fiore, or the Duomo in Florence. The cathedral's foundation is immense. The walls at its base are many feet thick. The initial foundational stone for the cathedral was laid back in 1296. Now, laying that foundation was a necessary prerequisite to building the inspiring structure that you see above ground. But if you visit this magnificent cathedral, it's the part above ground that really demands your attention. When you first approach it, the impressive marble, and when you go inside, the frescoes, the wide open spaces, and the dome reaching to the heavens. These elements have been inspiring people for centuries. And these elements, by analogy to Dr. Maslow's hierarchy for individuals' human development, represent the higher levels of functioning, the art, the beauty, and the transcendence of reaching one's full potential. The foundation of the cathedral is analogous to the base layers in Dr. Maslow's chart. The physiological needs of food, shelter, and clothing, safety. Unless these are satisfied, the individual can't focus very well on flourishing and reaching his or her full potential. Now, to connect the imagery back to inheritance, we believe that family wealth can help individuals spend less time on rebuilding the foundation, which in the Domo's case took over 100 years, and more time on the flourishes that may lead to self-actualization. Now, surely those building the foundation of the cathedral struggle to do so. And likewise, many individuals in their individual lives struggle with satisfying the base layers. The Duomo's foundation has been supporting the enormous weight above ever since it was constructed 600 years ago. They only built it once. Likewise, a wealthy family might build a framework that satisfies the base layers for its future descendants for centuries to come. Thereafter, in the case of the Duomo, or in the case of the family, the focus is on flourishing and reaching one's full potential. Now, it also seems to me that not all struggles are of the same value. For example, Filippo Brunelleschi was the architect of the Duomo's dome, which was built over roughly 3 decades from 1420 to in the mid-1450s. Even today, you'd be hard pressed to find a greater architectural achievement than this project. And this certainly represented the best of Brunelleschi. Yet he struggled mightily with the dome's design and construction, which was significantly larger than any prior dome constructed. Had Brunelleschi been bogged down with rebuilding the foundation first, he would not have had sufficient time to unleash his full creativity in the dome's construction. Now, this is a point that's missed by some parents following the limited inheritance approach, most frequently attributed to Warren Buffett. Moreover, there's a value consideration here. To Brunelleschi, struggling to provide food, shelter, and clothing would have not had the same value to him as struggling to build the magnificent dome. And of course, to us and the millions upon millions who have seen this site over the ensuing 600 years, the value is not the same either. Positive psychologists describe individual flourishing as the alignment of meaning, purpose, achievement, and yes, even happiness in an individual's life. Now, I imagine that Brunelleschi felt meaning and purpose and achievement in building the dome, and that he felt these elements in such astonishing proportions that he was dreaming about the project that night. Using research and data-driven ideas, we help families use accumulated wealth as a resource to help family members be working, playing, and dreaming at the dome level. This is where the magic lives.